Time was the sight of the Fang used to calm my nerves. Now look at her.
Oh yeah, so I can do nothing but play that job forever.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. Worked her mines
fight the same 4 bosses every week.
And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her.
I'm hoping since content creators are starting to fucking like bitch about it, that it might get better, but I doubt it.
My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me.
I don't even think this dude gets invited anyway.
Now she's gone. She's never coming back.
I don't think the guy gets invited anyway. But my thing about it is, I hate the fact that they're leaving. Like, I feel like it's such a lazy thing to do. It's like, it's even with that one game, fucking Sword Art, or not Sword Art, fucking. God damn it! Why am I thinking of Sword Art? Black Desert. Like, it's such a lazy thing to do, to be like, oh yeah, the end game's whatever you want it to be. Fuck out of here with that.
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work. If you miss the Fang, maybe you could recapture it somehow.
Recapture it? I'm a baker, not a... You know, you might just be right.
It's your fault.
What a fool I've been! I have to get back to the bakery right away. Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you, my friend. You've opened my eyes.
Wait.
I agree. I don't...
Suppose you won't be needing an escort.
Well, and it's just like, I mean, I don't like the dude, but DJ was even saying that, like, even like with that, like, the healers you can't save anything. You're not saving anything as a healer if everything's one-shotting stuff. I don't know. I think they need to just get rid of the fucking healers. Like, they don't even fucking do anything. Like, you hit heals in the specified spots in the fight where you need to do heals, and that's it. Like, you don't heal to save. Like, you heal because everybody took damage and you got to.
It's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beauty.
Yeah, but isn't like World of Warcraft just stand in front of the boss and hope shit doesn't hit you?
Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes off as unique...
Yeah, I'm not hating by any means,
I'd
don't get me wrong.
Say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks. Now, do some...
Well, yeah, I know. That's how Final Fantasy XI was. I mean, it was you planted and that was where you stayed. It didn't matter, you know what I mean? Like, you tried to stay out of AOE range as a caster and you just casted. Like, that's just what you did. I mean, I know what you mean. Like, I'm not hating on it by any means. I was just saying, like, isn't it that way? Isn't it that way? Like, because that's how Final Fantasy XI was. Like, there was no AOE markers on the ground. Like, it was just shit went out, and if you got hit, you got healed. I mean.
has started reading books that don't have any pictures.
I don't know why they feel the need to action pack every single fight in 14. Every second there's a mechanic. There doesn't need to be a mechanic every second. Like,
If I don't come up with something soon.
sorry, I meant to cut you off.
All right, Clive. What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in.
I don't know why that sounds boring.
I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air.
I feel like
around the sides. That stops the
Diablo's
rest of the
that
ship
way.
from going up in flames.
Yeah, there's shit you can do, but it's
Full suit
like,
of armor, then. Probably
why
best to
would
take
you
it
do
one
that?
piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Mid might need some help tidying up.
to make people play the other shit. Stupid. I feel like Reaper had a good launch. Like, they weren't ridiculously outdamaging everybody, but they were really good. I'm sorry I took you out of your element, bro.
Can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
You ain't shitting on my samurai. Alright.
Krieger's teeth. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavinotto in here, will you?
All right.
If you put, like I said, if you put them in order on your hotbar, and you remember key ones, like, you do it backwards to get your buff, you do it all the way through to get Suiton, you do it twice, you do 1-2 to get Rayton, and you do bottom to back, or you do middle, bottom, back, a bit middle, bottom, top
I'll do what I can.
to get the AoE on the ground that you
what
put
is it we
down
need
at
to
the very
do
beginning,
exactly?
that's it. And then
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual saw grade steel won't work. We need something that can
I'll
get
be honest.
very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy.
I'll be
Something that
honest,
won't
it
break
feels
your
really
buckle
good to
at the
hit all of
temperature
your
she's
shit
talking
in your
about.
fucking, like
Which is where you lot come in.
your trick
I
window.
need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have
Sorry, it's
perfection.
fucking mug now.
Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Gav, you're with me.
All right then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of Valcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supply. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I like to see him try.
In your own time.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
Yeah, I took it off because you can't do magic attacks with the perfect dodge. I do too, but there are fights that you're gonna want to like. There are times that I wanted to do it and I couldn't, and yeah.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Yes, the berserkers thing. Yeah, I use for the ROM I use Pile Drive and Judgment Bolt. Yeah. I don't know, I'm a big fan of the quick thing, and Judgment Bolt stops time, so nothing, like, it's not. Thunderstorm is nice whenever you use it on a group of enemies in melee range. Because when you use it in melee range, you actually pick them up and twirl them around in the air when you're doing the staff twirl. So it does more damage before it actually just comes out. But, yeah. Wait, what? I don't have it upgraded either. Yeah, well, you got to be like in front of them. Like
You finished?
Yeah. And it's not going to pick up anything big.
Enough.
It's only just like I said. It takes too long to wind up. Especially like whenever you're trying to use abilities, whenever something's staggered, it takes too long. It doesn't do enough damage for how long it takes to charge. That's why I like the lightning rod. Lightning rod's quick. I just use it and then move.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you.
I had a funny thought though, like the way
Likewise.
your character acts and everything in this game. It reminds me so much of fucking Shadow of War and Shadow of
Keep
Mordor.
sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
It sucks. They're making another, like the same people that made Shadow of War and Mordor and stuff. They're making another game, kind of in the same vein, combat-wise and everything. WB is, but it's gonna be a fucking Wonder Woman game.
Right.
Yeah.
That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead.
I was hoping they would make a third Shadow game.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right.
Yeah, Monolith Productions. Estimate we won't see Wonder Woman until at least late 2023. Oh yeah? Was it Kill the Justice League? This is an online shooter game. Made by Rocksteady. That's the same people that made the Arkham stuff. Comes out February 2nd, 2024. Yeah, third online looter shooter. That's all it says. Suicide Squad shit I see. Says, yeah, online looter shooter. With guns?
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
I don't know. Online shooter with Harley Quinn. This sounds like she's gonna be running around with a MAC-10. I heard a lot of bad things about this so far, to be honest. I've actually seen shit about it, and people are not speculating it's going to be too great.
Stardust should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You'll be sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down.
Rocksteady's usually pretty good about making good stuff, but
I'll admit no construction's underway.
I'm getting angry.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Damn, still got the bubonic plague over there. Drainage. Yummy. Yeah, I will say my allergies used to be a lot worse. When I moved down to South Carolina for those 5 years, air quality was a lot better and my allergies got better, like a lot more manageable. And since I came back, I haven't been near as bad off. Colorado.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to
So you haven't lived in Colorado your whole life?
Started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's
Where are you
next?
originally from?
The helm, of course.
Oh.
For this, we'll be repurposing.
So you went from fucking unbearably hot to it's gonna snow every fucking day.
I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
It's both,
We
right?
don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
Arizona's one of those places that gets
What's the name?
both.
Right.
Both
Oh,
Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see.
Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you.
It's funny, he's like, I gotta change! Oh, never mind.
Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
God, I hate going to Rosaria for anything.
Ready?
The game acts so terrible here. Oh, no. I go up there, really? Oh, yeah, that's right. You gain the limit break gauge really fast in this game. I like it. You gain the limit break gauge back really fast in this game. Yeah. That's why I save it for whenever the shit is staggered.
Time to fight. Straight home now.
No, we're here long.
Oh, there you are, Sid.
Really wish they would have made it to where if you're like 10 levels over the level of something, then it wouldn't aggravate you because I don't really want to fight level 18 shit.
Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
You have learned our name.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Damn it.
Too slow. Nice try. Nice try.
You fucking bastard.
Nice try.
Damn, I got a lot of money now. 239,000.
Things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
We're seeing troops amassing at every port. No surprises there.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just
Yeah,
one
the
remaining.
Right.
Flames of Rebirth or whatever it's called, the
This
Phoenix
one's a
thing.
bit of a bugger.
It's really good. I like it.
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the
There's a lot of
dreaded wolf
stagger.
that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the
Yeah, I was
stuff that
using
the
the
Fallen
other
use,
one
but
for a
they're gonna be too
while.
heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky
Can't think
enough
what
as
it's
it
called.
is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom
Not
of the briny
the
before we'd even
spinning one, but
started.
the other one.
I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what to do it.
Yeah, I used
If I were in
the
need of
Rising
obscure
Flame and
knowledge,
not the spinning one, but
I
the
know
other
who's
one.
Council Manatee.
It was cool because
Tomes.
the slash one's really
Yeah,
cool
well, I thought of that,
for
obviously.
instances where you're
I've
like
got all the
getting
details written down
shot
here.
with magic because you can
Can you
use
take us
it
to him?
on
See
like
what he makes of it?
as like a magic parry and it'll do more damage.
Right away.
But like I said, I like the quick ones, so that was one of the I don't mind the ultimate ones because they stop time, so I don't have to really worry about getting hit. But I don't like the one, like, that's one of the main reasons I don't like using that one with the ramen, like you were saying with the whole charge up thing, because it leaves me a big opening to get hit the entire time. So, like, I like the quick ones. That's why I used the slash one for the longest time, because it's just fast. Well, actually, one of the things in Tales of Arise that I hated was that one of your vest abilities was the slowest one. But it did so much damage, it was stupid to not use it. The one where he, like, I don't even know how to explain it.
Do you have the moment?
It was like a slow upward thrust.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? What are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material.
Bro, I had a dude on my YouTube the other day,
What do you mean?
or on his channel I was watching,
its blighted waters eat away far more quickly
tried to
than
put a
fresh
vet
water or even brine.
on blast.
That's timber,
Like,
steel,
the band, like, I don't know if you know what Banfield is, but you know PetSmart, then they have the fucking
here from those very
the pet hospital in the back or whatever. He tried to put them on blast saying that they killed his dog.
Must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And
Basically,
Oculus complains that without
we
a
took the dog
constant
there to get
supply
shots. The dog got shots.
Bitch.
And then
I see.
they gave him some Perico. They gave her some Perico, which is a flea tick and heartworm medication. And he brought her home, and then like the next day, I don't know if he didn't get her parvo fucking shot soon enough or what, but she fucking started shitting out blood and doing all that. You know what I'm saying? And that's parvo, 100%. Like. And he starts trying to say that PetSmart fucking killed his dog. Banfield killed his dog. And I was just like, it fucking pissed me off because I'm like, dude, like, they didn't kill your dog. You didn't get shots for the fucking dog. I was like, they were like, they didn't test her for parvo. I'm like, you don't test for that shit. You preemptively get a shot for that because if they have it, it's over.
How it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
And then he was telling the story about what happened after he came out from the bed. She's like, oh yeah, she started shitting blood and everything. So I patted her on the head and for a little while and was just hoping she'd get better. And I'm just like, dude, if your dog's shitting blood, you go to the hospital immediately. You don't fucking pat on its head and hope that it's just fucking, having digestive issues. Like, what are you doing? Like,
so you need a hand, do you?
Like, you're gonna put them on blast for some shit that you did? Like, what are you doing?
I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
And he tried to get mad at the vet for telling me that it was Parvo. And I'm like, what do you mean? That's what it was.
Decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Fucking dog shit and blood. I'm gonna pat her on the head and hope it gets better.
Made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more
I think that's
exotic.
just his...
Though these items may seem mundane,
I think he's just an energy. Yeah, I think he's just energy. I don't think he's... I think it's just his manifestation.
so much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Where's Jill?
Josh was awesome, dude.
Slaves. Keep them pilgers nice and chill.
Are those Pepio nuts?
Yeah, he's insane.
How goes the hunt?
Well, here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing.
Just started.
Why would they put
somewhere.
a section at the very beginning of us being able to play as him, and then just never make it to where we can play as him again? There's gonna be a spot where we're gonna be able to play as him. I feel it.
All these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio?
All right,
nuts
Cloud.
and some garlic. I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Fucking blonde-haired protagonist, bro. Fucking Final Fantasy stereotypes, bro. Final Fantasy stereotypes.
You'll not find a bruised pippin. Fresh cuts.
Who?
Any
Yeah, but I mean, is that even a
innkeeper
Final
is
Fantasy?
friend of mine. I hope it's
I'm
to your
kidding.
liking. You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
The only thing that made that game any kind of good, okay, is the fact that you can play Gunbreaker.
That's everything.
That's it.
Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Kidding. I'm talking all this shit. I've never played the game. I'm sure you do. I'm not going back and playing it.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does.
That's
It's good
insane.
to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here
Before you fought the first boss.
reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself over here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchen's
What?
told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
Oh.
And I saw some bread.
Oh, he's been walking around with Ultima in his chest for 5 years.
Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's
She looks like a
dry-cured
boy.
ham, and it was just... Oh,
You all right?
sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. That's how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
I think Final Fantasy could do with, well, slowing everything down.
Well, I suppose we best be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Hippocrates and Talia.
See, the thing when I'm 14, bro, you never even get to enjoy the animations of your character, bro. You're always just looking at other shit.
You too.
You don't.
I wonder how Hippocrates
Xenos
is
has a
getting
lot
on
of
with the moon
like good takes and stuff, but he made a take about that one time. Was like, yeah, who cares about the animation? I'm like, fucking me. What do you mean? Like, I care about like what it looks like. It's like, why? Like, if I'm not caring about what I'm doing, it's literally numbers that I'm on the screen that I'm looking at. Like, you know what I mean?
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and Clive,
This fucking
thank you.
guy.
It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end.
Thank God.
A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other.
What?
Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting,
Are
of
you
course.
gonna pick kids up and shit?
Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Yep.
Well,
At least you got 2 days off.
better go and give Mid the good news then.
Thanks to Sid.
Only thing I got to do today is finish up my laundry, pour some crap in my grandpa's truck gas tank, and fill the bird feeder.
She started
And I'm
reading
done.
books that don't have any pictures in.
Fucking bitch.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you were going to be down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
She doesn't. I don't think she knows that yet, because that kid's only like 6. And Joshua
When I got into
didn't.
the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not
Oh.
thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Fuck that little kid, though. That
Displacement
little kid's a little
stats.
fucking
Same difference.
weirdo, dude.
Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take
He's a
care
little
of the
weirdo.
rest.
Doesn't say anything.
On my
It's
way.
odd, dude. Like he's just been
Go on,
coddled.
bring me the
Like
biggest
I feel
salmon you
like
can find. This is gonna
if he
require
could,
some
he'd have her titty in
precision
his mouth,
walloping.
and she would be all about it. Like if she could have it her way, he'd have her titty in his mouth. Knows what? Mm-hmm.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Fuck for that.
I will say I do agree with one thing that she says in that
Thank
cutscene.
you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone.
It's
That's
towards
one
the
down
end.
and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Like
didn't I
after
tell
he
you?
walks out of the
The
room.
Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
I'm actually gonna go take care of 2 of those things that I gotta take care of right now. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized
apparently there's
I don't
some
want it to be that. I don't
drama
want
on
her
the
to be just
Japanese
alive
servers
until
on
things get desperate.
Final Fantasy 14.
I want people to sail
Yeah,
aboard
apparently
by
if
choice,
you're not
not from the lack of it.
Japanese
In a world where we're
speaking
not just trying to
only,
survive,
or
but we're looking to
and from the
actually live.
Elemental DC,
I'm working on that. And I'll do
they're
everything I can to get you what
putting
you
it in
want.
the fucking party like party finder description,
Don't
like
you
you're gonna get
always?
booted, basically.
All right, my mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail,
Yeah.
I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans.
I mean,
I'm trusting in yours.
that happened in Final Fantasy 11 a lot.
Something tells me it's what my dad would
Because
have wanted.
anytime you would ever, well, yeah, but anytime you would ever like go and look for a party in Final Fantasy 11, or if you were ever looking for people to join a party, like your party, if they would have like this little, like if you clicked on their name, it'd be like a little search comment, and it would be like, you know, blah blah blah, looking for a party, experience points, and all this shit. And then if they were Japanese, you'd have to look for at the very bottom. They would always they would put English, and they would put like a colon, and they would put either an X or a circle. And the circle meant yes, and the X meant no. So like you had. Yeah, I mean, well, in 11, that was just for like
proud of you.
parties.
You
We had a few Japanese
you were
people
gonna
that like
visit his
played
grave,
with us,
weren't
and I
you?
had like
I was.
clans and stuff, like in our
And
link
you
shells
come
and
too
stuff.
now
But
that
like,
your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right.
it's very
I'll let her know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
niche, and it was crazy because we were all in the same server. It wasn't like we were separated by data centers. It was all like if you were on this server, you were on the server with everybody that was on that server.
He cracked the crystal too.
Oh. Some side quest actions. Holy shit.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help? What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
Damn, I just got like 5 side quests that opened up.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case. Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, that you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me, the edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you?
No. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. Wish I could take one of our birds.
Wait, what? I don't think it's over here. No? What? Maybe it is. Oh, I got a bunch of side quests. I wonder if I had any hunts show up. Doesn't look like it.
Well,
What's up, bitch? Suck my dick, bitch.
Sid.
Let me talk to
You might be
you.
just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you were mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it'll separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I will say it is odd that we don't eat food in this game to get stat boosts.
Alright. Why not?
Proper job!
There's not like
So
a
what
you
exactly
can
do you
eat
need for
food
this
mechanic
filter?
to get stat boosts.
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a
You
sample
know what I mean?
she'd obtained from the university stores.
Most Final Fantasies have it where you can eat food and it'll give you a stat bonus.
You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And good hunting, eh?
Croc. I don't fucking see it. Okay. Oh. Do my eyes deceive me? A minotaur. Get out of my burger hole, boy.
No need to ride from here.
Oh shit.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Wait a second. Shit.
Well done, Torgal. All yours, Torgal.
Jeez, Yogs.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should... This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Bombs are still one of my least favorite enemies in any Final Fantasy game. Yeah.
I think Mid might need some help.
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
Do for me.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned a favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I can work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. But I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Fuck yeah, bud.
It can't hurt to try, I suppose.
Hook me up, big dog.
Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Hot. Let's see. Nice. Oh, that's fucking sick. I love how if you don't do certain side quests, like you missed out on upgrades.
Did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. I don't want you listening.
Like if you never did that side quest for the Chocobo, you never got the Chocobo.
Better.
A little. Listen.
I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly
I do it all the
behind
time.
in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault.
Refund shit you're not
I
using.
swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten
And you
it
can do
out,
it
I
at any
swear,
point.
but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive
You're
to
gonna
come
hate
to you.
it.
And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you
It'd be
saw
alright
this
if I
was a
could see
cunning
through it.
plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see.
Yep,
Well,
the dragon
I
sash.
must have made some sort of
Yep.
oversight.
Yep. Do them all, man. I do it all. Do every one of them every time I get a chance. Sorry, I missed some of what you said. What? Gluttonous mass.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand?
I wrecked them.
I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Ross.
Are you because of the S rank?
After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides,
What was it?
we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're going to make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy
What kind of mob was
taking
it?
these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says.
Oh, okay.
Worth 1,000
Okay.
talents apiece, these are. Little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean.
It was in the desert,
And I
wasn't it?
reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably
No?
qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Yeah, it's nice.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
What?
I got your note.
Oh.
You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations.
All
I didn't
attack
say
and
I
nothing.
was wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled drown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him, which is why
Gotta worry about the potency of my heels. I'm getting hit too much.
You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
Continue!
What was it he said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Well, I got you here.
You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to be picking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmechian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
Is it business or pleasure? Go on, then. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Yeah. I'm anxious to see what this is going to do. That's it! I've come up with a new recipe. He did that shit at the most inopportune time. It was a meme.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Nah. They yielded, remember?
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
Oh. Really killed another icon, man. I want another sword. Ramen. Yep. Yep. It seems to be the trend. You go from a really cool sword to a basic big sword to a really cool sword to a basic big sword. Why can't we go from a cool sword to a cool sword to a cool sword to a cooler sword? Matter of fact, why ain't got a lance? What? Yeah. I don't think it will be. Most of the weapons that are the icon weapons have been pretty cool looking so far, so.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? It's over.
Dead. I can see through it. Well, yeah, see, I start off on Garuda with my rotation shit, so it's like...
Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy. Fetch!
There's talk at the glass gate flood.
That was funny. I walked past a couple of NPCs and one of the guys, like, you know how you have like the little side bar little things that they say when you walk by, and it cut off as I was walking by. It was just like, there's talk, and I just kept walking, and that's all it said. There's talk. Like, no doubt, dude. Deep.
Milady,
Like,
I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything
Twitch is
could
getting a
ever
lot
replace
of
his son.
flack right now.
But you and the others at the hideaway are the
That's
closest
why I'm
thing
on
he has
YouTube
to
doing my
family.
stream shit.
Otto had a son.
Even though nobody
Long
watches
ago.
me.
Yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
I'm just doing a lot of
How could
bullshit
you
with
have?
money
I doubt
grubbing,
anyone
and
did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen
they
to
got rid
bear
of
his
the
sorrows
70-30
and
splits,
stoic
and now they're taking
silence.
half of whatever
An
every
ill
streamer
habit,
makes off of
given that
subs.
both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
Like no matter what, even if they're a big streamer,
I'm beginning to see
which
that.
incentive, and then they increased the ad incentive, so they made it to where streamers run more ads now because of it. Yep. Crazy thing. So back whenever Twitch Prime became a thing, when Amazon and them got in bed together, if you were a Twitch Prime member, as long as you were a Twitch Prime member, no matter what, you didn't get ads on anybody's stream. Anybody's. It didn't matter if you used your Prime on them or not. And they changed it. They were like, yeah, it's only going to be for the streamer that you sub to.
My reputation will be ruined. Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
On the intrusion, but...
Out! Get
And
out!
some of the ad
I
incentives that
paid
they
for these
fucking have
rooms. I
are
wouldn't be disturbed.
ridiculous,
Leave
dude.
me be!
I watch some crazy shit. Some of the bigger streamers, they have like these Twitch bounties where you go and play a game for like 3 hours
Lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's
to like get exposure to it.
arriving unannounced.
And it's the sponsored section. You have to like announce that it's sponsored, but some of them make like fucking
Very good,
300K
Lord Ignac.
for a couple hours worth of playing.
Would you mind
It's
stepping
ridiculous.
outside for a moment?
And one guy got signed to a new streaming service called Kick. Yeah, he got signed to them. They gave him $100 million contract, which is more than LeBron signed for. LeBron signed for like 97 mil, and fucking he signed for 100. Here's the fucked up part about this contract that he signed. He doesn't even have to exclusively stream there. It's not even an exclusivity contract. He can just stream there when he wants, like you know, a little bit, but he can still stream on Twitch. So he's made 100 mil off of that. Just up front, they were just like, here you go. And then, like, sign a contract with them that's not even exclusive, so he can still stream on Twitch. Like,
He's been
Kick is pretty shady, though. The guy that runs it is behind a crypto gambling
I
site.
don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen
He also runs that. So
Single-edged
that's like where
sword.
he's got all of his money.
It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
But good for old buddy for signing 100 million.
Yes, I'm afraid it was.
What?
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one
Oh.
condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have
Titties
your
out.
audience.
Yep.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not. No.
And her titties about.
Though
Yep.
some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac.
Which is probably why they've tried to make me fucking scan my ID to fucking be on there.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
There was one chick I saw. It was like she was like in her car. She's like, yeah, check this out. You don't normally have a mirror on the driver's side, like on the little sun visor. And she flopped it down. Like the mirror went out, and her fucking, and it was just like it was a mirror shot of her tits. I was like, what the fuck? Damn.
Run like the wind.
Those pause it videos are fucking like bait too. It's kind of funny. Crazy shit. That's pretty good. He ain't wrong.
Time to fight.
Is it? I'm just gonna run. Kind of a spit in the face of people that pre-order, dude, because like outside of that sword, there's a fucking
You deserve a rest.
an accessory set that gives you all the bonuses that you get from the pre-order, but you get it. It's better, but it's later on in the game. This game. Yeah, I took off the gill and the experience. Yeah, I took them both off. I got to a point and I was just like, fuck it, I'll just...
Let's try.
Yeah. For 14? I don't know, so I'm probably not going to go back regardless. I don't know, there was a long wait between Shadowbringers and Endwalker, because I started playing like tier, like the second tier of Shadowbringers Savage, and I started raiding Savage in the last tier, like halfway through the tier with Q's group, like mine and Q's group, and then after we completed that, there was like 3 or 4 months of just nothing.
What shall I call you, my good man? Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed.
21.
Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
So the next one will come out probably next July.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. right. Speak.
Or no, they got thrown. That got thrown off because of COVID. So now they're on a different schedule. It'll probably. Yeah, no, actually.
Oh, a true work of art.
It'll probably get.
Karen drove me hard on the price, but
I'd say the next live letter we get, they're gonna announce that it's in development and probably the name for it and shit. And then by Christmas it'll be out.
Exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike.
Yeah.
And their blades to
They announced Reaper a long time ago.
But none ever does.
They announced Reaper like forever before they announced Sage. Sage was like a month or two before the expansion came out. But nobody even cared. Everybody wanted Reaper.
Sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
I just hope they had another tank, dude. 4 tanks is just not enough.
Stone, of course.
I say that though, and there's only 3 ranged physical jobs.
Stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours.
So if I had to guess, if I had to speculate, it would probably the 2 jobs that would come out would probably be a ranged physical and a
Wyvern, it occurs
tank.
to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself.
I wonder what they're gonna do though, because they're kind of out of jobs as far as. Well, they're not out, but
Pardon the intrusion.
I don't know what else they could do as far as ranged physical.
It is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is.
You got a gun, you got a bow, you got a fucking chakram thrower. I mean, you could do a crossbow, but that's kind of a hybrid between a bow and a gun.
But he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many.
Fuck it, add a Phantom Thief, dude.
Persona! My nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield.
Yeah.
Is a perennial thorn in my
They
side.
always do fucking DoorDash collabs because they know that our fat asses are eating and playing video games.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I totally didn't pay attention to anything what was just said.
I think
it was a side
lordship
quest.
is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Is that all the running around I had to do? Looks like it. Okay. Wait. Okay.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Boat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused.
And you were talking about what could he do?
It wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Save the fucking day.
Wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
How would you know? I'm just kidding. Whew, in game.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude
Working
of a
2 jobs,
pauper
sucking
who
dick.
happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and
Bro, they have
taking
a.
what I'm owed,
Y'all didn't have a
you're getting the
folder?
rest whether you like it or not.
Oh, bro, we had a plastic thing that you laid the shirt on it, and you would literally you would do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you would fold the plastic things in order, and you would unfold, and the shirt would be folded.
From the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
You haven't connected the pieces yet.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I don't know, is he?
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family
You're not too crazy far behind me at this point.
The ones who
I did what you're doing right now last night, or yesterday at some point.
Taken away.
Yeah.
I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily,
I mean, there's still a bunch of shit that's happened, obviously, but
he was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood
the
beside
last
me.
major thing.
All I wanted was to tear the whole world
You went after
down.
all Hugo.
Him who cried for me.
My man just needs a hug.
Left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could.
Oh my
Stop it from
god.
happening again. And he was true to his word too.
They really did too, bro.
Left the Royal Army once and for all.
It's fucked up.
His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone. I'd only have told it to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Quest complete. Alright.
They told me she was building a ship.
noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him. Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the Cursebreakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade to rattle me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the Cursebreakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy now. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the Cursebreakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Right. I will.
Goddamn right. I'm sorry, what?
Back, are ya? So, what'll it be?
Oh, no fucking way.
Should last you a good while. That it? Fine.
Oh, it's cool.
Crack the crystal too? You're joking.
It's no joke.
They could have made it look a little bit more cool, but
It's gone.
whatever. Cooler than what I had, that's for sure.
Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one Icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the Icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
That's cool.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Let's see. Oh. What you doing now? For sure.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
You just ain't there.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. Here you are. All done?
Hugo Cooper.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl do anything to stop visiting her old dad's grave.
Oh, fuck her!
No excuses now.
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She...
Yeah, it's funny, fucking Mommy Dearest was talking about, like, he's all pissed off and ready to kill somebody, and it's just like, all for a common whore.
She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Yeah, I'm out here increasing high potion potency.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Obelith,
Yep.
have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry at all, are you? No, I offered
I'll
to take
fucking
her
kill
across,
you.
but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Like how old boy just picked him up.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
What the fuck?
Nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
Tell the truth at least.
Not today, Mythos. Not today.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. Not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these.
God, this game is beautiful.
So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. No one like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, man.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Man, where the fuck are Biggs and Wedge? No, I'm saying, where the fuck are they?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
And this game looks so good during cutscenes and shit sometimes that, like, I feel like if somebody walked in and didn't know I was playing the game, they'd be like, dude, what movie is this? It's good soup. Get him. You coming back today? You plan on staying the night at Tosco?
How are you feeling?
Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. The new boy.
Did you ever see those videos on YouTube, though, of people trying to stay the night in places like that?
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars.
Yeah.
Till the Republic laid a new road wide
Yeah.
enough to let wagons pass. And all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed.
People getting in behind the toilet paper.
No doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail
On the top
today.
rack and shit. Trying to stay the night.
Time to fight. Waken, Gwyn!
So what do you think?
That we'd be lucky?
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
What about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker. I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
And if you are...
Got a trophy for doing over 50,000 in a stagger. And now I'm just shitting the bed. It's like spiraled and shit. It's pretty sick.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart?
You would. You would. I think it's
see
pretty
the
hot
Dalmec
fire.
lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold at least.
It's pretty hot fire.
Path continues on the other side. Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here.
Alright, homie.
It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
Enough of you, are there? So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. The dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
We haven't checked in on Joshua in a while.
It's nothing.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
Oh yeah, he came in and talked to Dion.
Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambre.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task.
None better suited. Damn, dude.
There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh.
Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers,
Jesus Christ. She's
and
such
of
a
the
poison.
divine.
She's such a poison and a plague.
You would trust the words of this traitress. She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch!
He's right. She is a canker.
You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over.
You just treat your
Come,
fucking...
your radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Jesus Christ. This fucking little shit.
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
You're such a bitch.
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
God, I hate her so much, dude. Or Dion ought to killed her right there. Left me alone with her? Gone. Gone. I'm gonna go take a shower.